The economic jam we're in has topped even the Great Depression in one respect. Never have we had a recession this deep with a recovery this flat. Unemployment has been at 9.5% or above for 14 months. Congress did something that it's never done before. It extended unemployment benefits to 99 weeks. That cost more than $100 billion, a huge expense for a government in debt. But now, for many Americans, 99 weeks have passed, and there is still no job in sight. Some have taken to calling themselves the 99ers. We went to several communities in search of the 99ers, but we didn't expect to find such a crisis in Silicon Valley, the high-tech capital that many people hoped would be creating jobs. If you want to understand why the economy is stalled, come to San Jose, California, and talk with 99ers like Marianne Rose.
The story will continue in a moment.
I remember it coming close to like 6 months. I was saying, I can't believe I'm out of work this long. Then the year mark hit, and I just started panicking, seriously. Now that it's over 2 years, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Marianne Rose was a financial analyst at a real estate firm. Age 54, she's single with a grown daughter. After being laid off with about 100 coworkers, she spent her savings, lost her home, and finally found herself sitting in a truck with her dog and all of her possessions. She made a desperate call to a friend and found refuge upstairs in the home of strangers, her friend's brother and sister-in-law.
How long did you think you would be in here?
2 weeks, really. That's all I thought.
How long has it been?
It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months and not really an end in sight yet.
What sort of things would you be willing to do at this point?
Well, I can say that probably the lowest level position for me has been now to apply for a clerk, a county clerk, and I just realized that the competition's pretty stiff out there. There's actually 4 positions that were open. I found out there were over 2,000 people that applied for those 4 positions.
Marianne Rose is one of at least 1.5 million Americans who've exhausted their unemployment checks.
15 people, no more than 15. Come on up here, line up across. If you're number 16, you're too late. You have to do it
now,
next week.
Silicon Valley, the capital of American innovation, has a new creation, revival meetings for the unemployed.
I have been running very frightened for the last 2 years, and I finally realized, you know what, I will find a job, I will find something that will fit me, and once I broke
on weekends, they come by the hundreds. We joined a gathering in a church called Job Connections. It's part how to find a job workshop, part networking opportunity with the feel of a 12-step program.
So I applied and I got a rejection letter, and I was actually happy because most of the time I don't even get a rejection letter.
You had your hand up.
I have had a lot of success with nonprofits.
These are the faces of the unemployed in Silicon Valley, people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who thought they'd done everything right, earned a degree, stayed with their company, saved for retirement. I'm curious, how many PhDs in this room? 1, 2, 3, 4, several. Now, leave your hands up. How many master's degrees? Oh, boy. And how many of you went to college? Everybody keep your hands up if you have a college degree, a master's degree, or a PhD. How many of you expected to retire from the company where you were working? More than half the room. How many of you have cashed out your 401ks? IRAs, savings accounts. How many of you are beginning to feel a little bit desperate? It's on the edge. How do you mean?
What's next?
What is next?
I don't know. The abyss.
A lot of them are too young to retire and maybe too old to rehire. The longer they're out, the tougher it gets. Judy Thompson was marking the time before she loses her home.
3 months, maybe. And I've been in that house since 1982. I don't want to move.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know. I'm trying not to think that far ahead. But anyway, didn't mean to get emotional. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, Judy. Thank you very much. Thank
Brand new
you.
motorhome.
Sarah Huber may lose her family business of 23 years.
Everything's gone, and we can't survive because these people can't survive.
Because these people don't have jobs, they're not coming
The
to your
equity lines
business.
were frozen, right. People they don't have credit. There's nothing there.
How long can your business go on?
We're going month to month, literally. I'm praying for more work.
And
Jim Wild has been applying for jobs 2 years.
I've gone through the Tier 1 companies, I've gone through the Tier 2 companies, now I'm down to Target. I just got a job offer from Target to work a part-time job at $9.50 or $9.25 an hour.
What's that job?
It's just a floor of sales.
What was your job before?
I was a fiber optics engineering manager.
He's taking the job at Target, and he's glad to get it. These folks aren't that unusual. Today, nearly 20% of the unemployed in America have college degrees. Silicon Valley lost its jobs in construction, manufacturing, and in high-tech engineering that went overseas. San Jose looks the same, but it shrank by 75,000 jobs. This building is empty. So's this one, and this one too. The national unemployment rate of about 9.5% sounds incredibly high, and of course it is, but it doesn't nearly capture the depth of the trouble. It doesn't count the people who've seen their hours cut to part-time. It doesn't count the people who've quit looking for work. If you add all of that together, the unemployed and the underemployed, it's not 9.5%, it's 17%. And here in California, it's 22%.
Families with small children.
And what makes it so much worse is that nationwide, 1/3 of the unemployed have been out of work more than a year. That hasn't happened since the Depression.
Welcome back, my friend. There you are.
This is the soup kitchen in San Jose. Many of the folks here used to think that they could see all the way to retirement, but now, long-term unemployment is wrecking years of saving and planning by people like Lisa and Doug Francone. Doug was a $200,000 a year personnel executive.
You must have thought that you'd get another job pretty quickly.
Yeah, it really didn't cross my mind that I wouldn't find something. The question was trying to take the time to find the right job.
You have a job in 6 months, a job that you liked in 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how long has it been?
2 years and 3 months.
They'd saved for retirement and college for their son and daughter, but most of that is gone.
The unemployment checks were tiny. I can't remember what they were.
It was about $470 a week, something like that.
$475.
$475. She knows exactly what the number was.
Yes, I do.
Lisa, what were you doing with $475 a week?
Well, by the time we paid benefits, we had enough to pay a bill or two, but certainly not meet the mortgage or property taxes or groceries.
Now their son is going into the military instead of college. Selling the house will be next.
Mark, set it down. Bring me the vacuum.
Doug took matters into his own hands. He created jobs for him and his son, buying a franchise that cleans air ducts. He spent his 401k on this, but there hasn't been enough business to make money.
I don't want to come off like, oh, woe is us. There's other people struggling a lot worse than we are, but it's certainly very different for us.
You're surprised to be in this place.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Shocked, really.
Like the Francones, 4.5 million Americans have taken hardship withdrawals from their 401ks. With savings gone and unemployment checks exhausted, many are coming to charities, including the Call Primrose Center, a pantry of free food.
Vera, tell me how many you'd like to have. They're organic.
Mary Watts has run Call Primrose for 11 years.
Before the Great Recession began, you were sending out how many bags of groceries in a year?
When I started in '99, it was 4,000 bags a year.
And now it's what?
It's going to be 32 to 35,000 bags this year.
You know, these people coming into the pantry now, they must look like professionals.
Oh, absolutely, yes. absolutely professionals, career professionals, people that never ever would have thought they would be coming in our door, other than perhaps as a donor.
This is where we met Claudia Bruce. She was an office manager making $70,000 a year when she was laid off.
Hi, how may I help you?
Now her 99 weeks of unemployment checks are running out. She never imagined she'd need free food.
There we go. Okay.
But then, she never imagined she'd be picking out trash to sell to the recycler.
You do what you have to do. I'm not delighted, but I'm happy to have the money that it provides.
The day before you were laid off, what was your lifestyle?
I was a shopaholic. Yeah, I was trying to reform myself, but there's nothing like losing your job for a long period of time to completely reform a shopaholic.
Your car has turned into a garbage truck.
Pretty much.
How long did it take you to collect all this stuff?
Over a couple of days.
She's learned a lot doing this. Glass pays more than cans, and she has to be quick to beat the neighborhood homeless guy to the good stuff. How much do you figure?
$28.
$28?
Maybe.
What'd it come to?
$33.81.
33?
Personal record.
Did you ever think that $33 would mean so much?
No. But then I never thought $5 would mean so much either.
Claudia Bruce has applied for hundreds of jobs, from office manager to clerical work. She's had 4 interviews in 2 years. She's managed to keep a small apartment with help to pay the rent.
I do get some help from my mom. Yeah.
How old's your mom?
83.
And so she's helping you out even now?
Yeah, I'm her baby still, you know.
You didn't expect to be her baby at this point in your life?
Absolutely not. I thought I'd be helping her now, but she wouldn't be helping me.
Her benefits will end when she hits 99 weeks soon. No one is expecting Congress to vote another extension of unemployment checks, given our historic budget deficits. As government benefits run out, a lot of people are depending on kindness to take their place. Marianne Rose lived with her friend's brother for 7 months, insisting on cooking and cleaning to earn her keep. In recent days, she found a job in a public school. It'll pay about 1/3 what she used to make. It's the best thing to happen in 2 years, but it's little and late. Do you imagine getting your lifestyle back?
No. Because now I would have to worry about, my old age, rebuild a nest egg, pay off my debts that I have. That has to happen. So no, my lifestyle will not be the same, ever.